Had an altercation. A lot was going on with me and Erica. You know, our relationship was a bit in the air. I got angry. I took a pickaxe handle and I weighed this guy in, you know, and as a result of that, I ended up, everyone they were bringing flowers around for Erica. They were bringing me shit and saying, this is the greatest thing anyone's ever done. Because these are all middle-class Jamaicans living there and they don't get into that kind of stuff. And what I'd done was real downtown ghetto. I beat the guy up with a pickaxe handle, right? Anyway, cut a long story short, I knew the police, but Robbie, the local policeman, said, listen, Mr. Andrews, I said, I've got to arrest you for this. He says, because he's gone straight to the superintendent and he's gone there, and he's making a big scene about this, right? So anyway, I've gone and said, okay, so listen, he said, but it's not a problem. So I've gone to court, fucking this guy. They've gone, okay, it's discharged. He's claimed I've done this, claimed I've done that. It wasn't a big deal. Anyway, Erica and me split up by this time and I was asked, you know, to reappear. Anyway, I was flying back to England, and then every fucking 2 weeks, it was like every month, I think he was sending me back to reappear. I made like over a course of a year, like 12 journeys. This travel journey anyway, but it was every month traveling to Jamaica. And I'm thinking to myself at the end of this, I got there one day, I said, it's fucking, I can't settle anywhere. So I said to my solicitor, I said, look, what happens if I just plead guilty to this thing? He said, it's a fine. He said, you plead guilty. He said, you know, it's like a minor misdemeanor. Anyway, so I've gone to court that day, come down, so, you know, this course, malicious wounding, So I'm guilty. I plead guilty. The magistrate's like, guilty? I said, yeah, I'm pleading guilty to it. But it's fine, isn't it? God, this is a serious charge you just plead guilty to. He'd gone remanded in custody. I thought, what did he just say? Right? What the fuck did he just say? Anyway, I'm still in shock, right? So I'm thinking, what the fuck? Anyway, so they take you down at the courthouse, right? Now, you don't go straight to jail, you go to something called lockup, because lockup and you got penitentiary. Penitentiary is the jail when you get sentenced, right? Lockup is a temporary holding space. So they took me down in a police jeep to a place called, was it Warrant Bay? Not a Bay, Warrant Bay. Anyway, so I ended up there, and this was the prison, by the way, so you understand what we're talking about. This is the cell. So the cell is the size of a regular cell, which is a very small cell. It's just newspaper on the floor. Newspaper on the floor is where you're going to sleep. There's no bed, right? And everyone's shoes are outside on the side. Then you've got a grill and another grill, and then everyone is sitting in there, and it's hot. I mean, really fucking hot, right? And you're sitting there with 12 sweaty people. Right, okay, yeah. Some of them's vagrants who's been on the street begging. Some of them's done a murder or some shit. It's just a mad mixed pot, anyway. So I'm in this thing, I'm suffering this thing, but watching some ingenious stuff. I mean, these guys are amazing. I mean, to mosquito repellent, they used to get a piece of toilet paper, yeah, and wrap it up really, really, really fine so that you've got that, and then light it, and then the smoke would work as a repellent against the mosquitoes. And I remember boiling coffee. What it used to do is get a plastic, like a little plastic bottle. You had to do soft drinks in, but they put water in it and put a piece of string and lifted it and then get the lighter underneath it. Now, I didn't realise, but if you light the lighter under that plastic bottle, as long as the water's in it, it won't burn. All that will happen is the water will boil. Amazing stuff. So that's great, but that's fucking fine. But now, let's get serious. Anyway, they had a thing next door to it, and this is where you shower and you shit, right? In very, simple terms, the toilet was caked with shit like this. People were standing up to shit, right? And you're talking about the shower was a hole in the fucking wall. Anyway, so not very nice, to put it faintly. Anyway, luckily I had someone come to me every day, bring food, get tucky, eat food and all that. Otherwise you're eating fish head and rice, which I didn't really fancy eating fish head and rice. So, incident comes one day, about a week into this remand. Fucking, I come out, because they let you out for exercise, see, on the yard. They got to. They don't have to. There was an incident, I remember they kept, I think, 10 guys in a lockup in cassava piece, and they all suffocated to death. They forgot to feed them. They were drinking their own urine. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not, human rights doesn't exist there, Shaun. You know, forget any prison anyone talks about going to. When you go to a third world jail like that, you're in fucking jail, man. Seriously. And so I've come out the cell one day. Bang, where's my trainers? Yeah, a fucking pair of these old smashed up things, no soles, no tongue and shit. What the fuck are they? Anyway, right? So I refused it, but I thought, what the fuck? So I've walked out on the yard now, yeah? As I walked out the yard, there's a dread with my trainers on. Thinking, there we go. Right? Because there's no fucking way he's having my trainers. Because if he's got your trainers, he's taking everything from you if you let him take it. Right? So I think, I've got to think carefully. He's a big cunt. I've got to get round him, but I've got to wait for the perfect opportunity. So anyway, I'm thinking, all right, no problem. So, all right, next move this now. I'm going to go out next day on the yard, not say a word, barefoot, but I've got my socks. So I try and pick up a couple of nice fucking rocks, man. Yeah, right? Put the thing, stuff it down my bollocks, right? So I'm lay waiting him. So when he let us out in the morning now, I'm waiting for this fucker to get in the shower. So when he goes in the shower, I cosh him up, right? Yeah? Anyway, the guard comes, right, drags me out, Englishman, brr, and they throw me in a fucking separate cell. But then I'm hearing, you fucking assaulted him. No, you've got this charge. Now you've just done him, right? You could be getting 3 years for this. So I'm thinking, this is general penitentiary. This is fucking, this ain't nice place to end up in Spanish Town. Do you know what I mean? This is bad, bad news. Anyway, by the grace of God, my auntie, being her, you know what I mean? She's like, right, bang. She's got a big bar there, knows a lot of people there. I don't know what happened, but cut a long story short, when I went back to court, right, I got $120,000 Jamaican fine, which is a reasonable fine, and a slap on the wrist.
Wow.
So it did turn out that luckily the magistrate supposedly drank in her bar. So, right. So let's just say it might have cost her a few quid, but I got out of there, yeah?
To get your trainers back.
Anyway, oh, fuck, we'll wear them after that, right? And that was that journey, you know, and that was Jamaica lock up. And then, you know, it made it worse. This was a fucking hilarious one. When they put me in the second cell, the guy that was in there had fucking chicken pox. He'd left. So now when I got back now, thinking, look at this, I fucking had an outbreak of chicken pox. So when you talk about double punishment, it was a double pay of punishment I got that week. Anyway, so that was the journey, right, in terms of that. And then, you know, people would try to sometimes control their behaviour, control what they do. I didn't. Went straight down to Jamaica, of course, as you expected me to do. And this time now, I was single man, and it was a different game because people here have been saying to me, look, you know, you've got amazing contacts in Jamaica, Andrew, right? Amazing contacts, you know, and we want to go there and work, but we can't because we will get robbed, right? You know, can it happen? I said, well, let's just find out.
Did you have money salted away along the way? Or are you pissing it away, your money? All the money you made?
I was making money from the cars, you know. I had a nice place out there and, you know, so I was making money. But
so you always had some capital?
But nothing like I started to make.
Okay.
Nothing like I started to make, right?
Yeah.
So I lived comfortably. I lived nice by any standards. Had BMWs, had nice things, you know what I mean? But it became a different beast. And that different beast was, I went back down. Someone had come to me, wanted to put something together. And I said, not a problem. Actually, it's quite funny because on a few occasions, I'm going to tell you about a few things. But on this particular one, they went down there and said, look, you know, we're going to put this move together, Andrew. Can you do it? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I went down, you know, had brought money down and stuff like that to arrange things. So I had an extended member of family. I said to him, look, you know, we want to get some bits and pieces. But until what it was, I said, we need to change some money into US dollars. Because they said they had someone there with a contact, which is all bullshit. It was basically a con. Anyway, he then said to me, okay, so he changed up all the money and said, listen, what are you doing, Andrew? And I'm like, you know, he said, listen, Andrew, he said, you're you know, not a child. He said, right, at the end of the day, you know, your parents, he said, you know, have done a lot for me over the years, and I can't see you here doing anything, right, without at least, you know, making sure that you're all right. So he then said to me, go down to a place which is a local gambling house where another member of extended family who my mum knew incredibly well, my dad, and it was the same person that actually I'd seen as a child when I was at the Tate and Lyle sugar factory